Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So first off, I'd like to give a shout out to one of my newest Patreon supporters, Adrian RC. Thanks for your support. So, we used May to finally grind out enough XP in stage 4 of beating up frogs in order to finally challenge Akane AS's second and final manifest fight. Now if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So just like the first battle, we're going to use a magic team against Akane AS. I believe I actually used a magic team against her and her brothers in the Ito Ryu dojo fight. So make sure you check that out on my channel if you haven't already. In this case, we know that Akane AS is a fire slash user, and so using any weapon zone, either pierce for example, or magic, or blunt, will reduce the effectiveness of the sword and obviously enhance our team as well. So in this case, we're going to use a magic team. We're going to rotate in Rosetta AS, and we use Mistopheles to boost int while reducing power for our team. And of course, since we don't have any physical attacks, that doesn't really affect us. However, it does affect Akane AS a lot. We also have multiple shields from either Burning Shield, we also have Aurora Force, and also Practical, which also gives physical resistance. So we have quite a few shields here. Prayer of Judgment obviously enhances everything, and at this point, our whole strategy is to wear down AS Akane into the 50% HP stopper. Now at the 50% HP stopper, you'll see that she kind of refreshes herself and gets ready for round 2, and she's going to be a lot more deadly in that sense. So the whole point is we're saving our AF until we get to that point, and then we'll unleash one large AF to end the boss fight right there and then. I do find that Magic Zone is one of the better weapon type zones. You have a lot of defense, you have a lot of shielding, mitigation, you have healing, and not to mention Magic does a ton of damage in general, and I find it very easy to use relatively. Okay, so we have a full AF bar. Akane AS is saying that she's going to beat up her big brother, Shion, and so she establishes Slash Zone. So, how are we going to deal with that? Well, if you beat level 7 of the Boss Rush Extreme, you do get that Fire Zone Grasta, which we did use, and although our team isn't really fully contributing to it, we only have 2 fire users, we have a full AF bar, and so it's more than enough to activate enough hits such that we end Akane AS's fight right there and then. The whole thing is that Mariel with Manifest does give guaranteed crit to all magic attacks, and so we do have obviously Daze Array as well as Explosion doing a ton of damage, and Garyu, especially with a multiple Grastas, does end the fight quite easily. If you check my loadout, you'll see that even Mana does have a pseudo spell from her Wisdom Bow equipped so that she can both contribute to the Magic Zone and boost the AF bar that way, and of course just as a backup as well. So I will say that of all the AS fights so far, I found Akane AS fight one of the easiest compared to, for example, AS Iska, AS Tuva, as well as some of the more recent fights. You can let me know in the comments below if you found this fight harder or easier than some of the more recent Manifest fights. So you can see my loadout here. Obviously, most of the units are heavily grasted, and so that does really enhance the damage. Garyu does have 216 shadows, so does have access to 4 grasted slots and 2 badges. Mana, of course, is just there mainly as a support. Mirrors didn't do anything except to VC in Rosetta AS. One alternate way you could have done it is rotate out AS Rosetta after she establishes Magic Zone and just kind of wear it down that way, and then re-establish Magic Zone after the HP stopper. However, Akane AS does cast an Ant-Man on herself at the 50% HP stopper, speeding up the fight, and she's usually first to act much more so than your team, so bear that in mind. Now for the second trial of this fight, I decided to go with the mainly free team. There is a Rainbow Sister in the back, and I'll actually show you that I actually didn't really optimize this team nearly as much as I should have. I actually kind of made some mistakes. That being said, this worked out quite well. As you know, Aldo with his 255 light and a bunch of Grasta and even the Void Sword really does help this battle come along quite nicely. So we did establish Slash Zone right off the bat, and obviously we VC'd in Crest, so Crest gives 30% power to our whole team, and we have Idle Nirvana Slash from Cyrus, as well as Distortion Blade boosting all attacks of our katana as well as sword users, and then we're just going to apply multiple stacks of the physical resist down, as well as Dragon God Slash, and we've gotten it right away on the second turn to the HP stopper. And the good thing about that is, keep in mind that remember that after the HP stopper, Akane AS re-establishes Slash Zone, which actually benefits our team. Now, the downside to that, of course, is that, like I said earlier, she speeds herself up quite a bit, and your team is most likely going to get outsped. I did actually cast Coil, as well as Power Down from Aldo within the AF. Don't forget that his 3.5 or 4-star move Swift Cut does apply 20% power debuff, and you also have a power debuff move from Mila. So we had 2 people take the hit for us, however the other 2 did survive, and it was an ugly battle, but we were able to win it with pretty much all free characters except for the Rainbow Sister, which I'm sure we could have found someone else to carry Grasta. So what I mean by not optimizing here is I forgot to put a lot of Grasta on some of the other units, being that Aldo really is the star of the show. We enhanced him and supported him with all our other units through their moves only, and not even their Grasta. And of course, Akane is just there doing nothing, just VCing in it. And finally, Crest was our booster at the end. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.